All right, hello everybody. Hello everybody. I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to the Farewell Grad Campaign, where we're going to be doing some post-war stuff today. And then the idea is that I'll play Japan either tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. And then that's going to be it finally done. We'll see if we can get it done. Probably not by the end of the month. Japan's really complicated, but maybe by the end of June. Sure, would love to be done with this by the 4th of July. Anyway, I think we were just going to be letting time pass. I'm not really going to focus too much on any of this. Yeah, there we go. Legacy of the Weltkrieg. Survive the Second Weltkrieg. Second Risorgimento is complete. Today, the chairman of the Socialist Republic of Italy, Benito Mussolini, announced that the Second Risorgimento of Italy had finally been completed. Ever since the Civil War, we have dreamed of an Italy that is not only whole, but is truly free, he said to a cheering crowd in Rome. Now that dream has become a reality. Italy has been released of its foreign masters, of its capitalist masters, of its kings and aristocrats. Now, for the first time, it truly belongs to the Italian people. Syndicalist forces have been busy spreading throughout the parts of the country dedicated to resisting syndicalist control, and it's unknown if the Socialist Republic of Italy will ever truly attain the stability the government has promised. Well done. So, yep, there they are. He's back again. Ooh, and a puppet of the Union of Britain, apparently. Fascinating. I'm just gonna select stuff, whatever. So we're doing abolition of war, right? We were wanting to check out what the effect of that was going to be. We also have the fate of all of these. All states gonna be claimed or quarter off 40% resistance as long as we target them. When did I get Madagascar? Oh yeah, somebody said that I had accidentally grabbed an overseas part, right? I'm going to wait a few minutes here. I just want to see mostly what the rest of them are doing. Trial of the Free Russian Army. Could execute them, retire them, or imprison them. Oh, and here I was saying we didn't have a choice before, but apparently we do. His compliments, this could be spared if they were planned. We'll get a few generals. Wanted to just look at my coalition. The communists are maxed out right now. Imprisonment, but his accomplices will be exiled. That costs political power, which I have too much of, and it helps us with the Danis. So we'll do that. So also could do some concessions here. See, I really wish they had this for all of them. If you could just always be paying political power, I would like that. Okay, so it looks like what happened here is the Commune of France released the Free Socialist Republic of Germany under Marie-Pierre Koenig. Marie-Pierre Koenig. So he's an Alsace-Lorrainian, I guess. Kind of the mix of the German and the... Well, no. Marie is a German... name too. It's used in Germany. I mean, I don't think anybody can name anybody anything these days. 20th century on, like freaking. Then again, I guess it. No, I was about to give an example of, like, I remember I once met a German woman whose name was Susanna, and I thought that was weird because I think of that as like a USA Deep South kind of name. Oh Susanna, won't you cry for me? I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. But I'm sure there were, there's Germanic Southerners. Heck, freaking, there's like Texas German, which I know we've talked about in the past. Let's just keep moving here. All right, so actually they made their move. I'm gonna just give them a few more days here, and then I'll start doing these fate things. Oh yeah, did I say I was gonna invade Lithuania? Did I have that set up? Yeah. Wait, did I actually get an army in position yet, though? Let's get another one. Why not? Man, my generals had a lot of good generals doing a lot of good things. Let's make this guy a winter expert. He clearly wants it so bad. Look at this, an 8 attack. What a guy. Was that also because, like, if we look over here, yeah, bold attack, 50% chance of +1 attack on level up. Simple but effective. Just kicking ass. Alright, abolition of war is done, so now call to arms request is happening against who? Accepting this will cost us 163 due to truces, but it's going to be the Dutch East Indies and German East Asia. We'll let them deal with that on their own for now, but I was trying to see, how do I seize control of the faction? Take over faction. It'll cost 200 to take over. Other faction members will be blocked from assuming leadership for the next 180 days. We need to be in all of the wars of the current faction leader to sufficiently exceed the deployed manpower of the current leader and its subjects. We and our subjects need to have an effective 3.14 pi million deployed manpower, but we only have 2.45. Okay, so that's very easy thing to do, I think. We'll just put them all out there, right? I think we're mobilizing right now. Oh, no, wait. Pacification of the countryside toward the highest phase. We're demobilizing, actually, which is causing a problem. Yeah, because we wanna take control of the Third Internationale so that we can then do the first and last revolution. So I might not actually take a well, I don't know. More peasants. Awaken proletarian consciousness. Just gives me buffs, straight up buffs. Where's the post-war stuff, though? Vision for our union. We need subject nations. Right, so I'm gonna need to start releasing people. Was this emancipation of labor? Levitsky is current country leader. Oh yeah, so the post-war stuff. As the forces of empire and capital fall to dust, so too rises the era of workers' power. In their homes, factories, towns, and cities, the proletariat exercises supreme power for the first time in history. Gone is the era of national hatred, wage slavery, and exploitation. Here in Russia, as once before in 1905 and 1917, true democracy has been born, and just as in 1905 and 1917, the world has been changed forever. Let the Internationale unite the human race. So that'll just give stability, which like we got so much stability. Okay, so we could like return different lands. All right, the Swedish commune exists, become a puppet of Norway. Yeah, all right. I think all the releases that are gonna happen have happened. So then, for successful, I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. Some pacification of the countryside. I'm still demobilizing. Where's the other thing? Wasn't there still something somewhere that was going to help with the resistance issues I had? Oh, God's only progress. No. Struck Grand Western Line. Ideological commissars. I don't know. Democratic Guards, Sword of Revolution. Oh, brigade size +1. I didn't see that before. Can I switch my conscription law? No, I'm not at war. And even then, I'm not going to have enough quite. We need to be at 3.14. Yeah, we definitely need to get remobilizing then somehow. Do I have Kollontai? Yes, I do. Shit. So I don't know if there's anybody else that's going to give me a recruitable population. Oh, here we go. Factor is 5%. Ooh, that's not really cutting it, is it? No. Garrisons. See, we still need to get another like 200,000 from somewhere. All right, let's start figuring this out. Oh, I picked up Denmark. Yeah, return the land to Denmark. Also to Sweden. What did we have that was theirs? I don't even see what I took. Maybe it was one of these islands. All right. Let's see. We're gonna do here Russian subject decisions. Fate of Latvia. Do we have like a core on Latvia? I really don't know. Core, any claim, foreign claims, Latvia. No, it doesn't. Okay, let's do a Baltic Union then, so that it'll be easier to integrate this later. Azerbaijan. Do we have any sort of claim on that? State owner. No. So we gotta liberate it. Fate of Georgia. We don't have a claim on it. Restore the Georgian Republic. Fate of Trieste. Oh, I choose to give this to the Italians or the Austrians. I mean, we're all syndicalists here. I'll give it to the Italians, yeah. Madagascar. Oh, I can give it to the French. That's interesting. No, we'll just form the state. For Finland, liberate it. Yeah, we don't have... Okay. Belarus. I really thought there would have been, maybe it's only with Savinkov that Russia gets to keep those areas. I could have, unless they changed something, I don't know. I don't want to get too into that. That can get touchy fast, you know. All right. Liberate a Republic. Who's running it here? Alexander. It's kind of William Defoe looking ass. Alexander Chomsky. He'll build the revolutionary state he's always dreamed of or die trying. Okay, Prussia. I think, gotta get rid of Prussia. I feel like even more so than in our own timeline. So, like, on the one hand, it's like, oh, release a Prussian state to, you know, keep it under our thumb, but it divides the Germanic lands. But then again, you're also reaffirming the identity of Prussia. I think we just might need to keep it, which gets, yeah, now we're just like back in the regular timeline where it's like this section of Russia that's separated from the rest of it. We'll swing back on this. I'll probably have you guys vote. Alright, fate of South Germany. The entire South German region is under our control. Our armed forces are facing some opposition. Oh, I can give it to the Austrians. That's fascinating. Yeah, I think because we're a Slavic country and there's all the shit talk about like Balkanizing, right? I think we need to turn that phrase into Germanizing. So we're gonna, yeah, let's chop this thing into pieces. See how they like it. Alright, so down here we have the Southern German Union under Kurt Eisner. Some dude who's just some guy, I guess. Poland, yeah, I gotta release it. Fate of Romania, yeah, let that out. Fate of Serbia, definitely, they're out. Fate of Bohemia. Let's do a Czech state. Czechia, Hungary. Yeah, we'll liberate it. You get to be your own thing. Let's let the day go by. Oh, I declared war on Greece, and that's begun, but we'll just sort of let it go. Here we go, spreading the revolution. Ascension of the Baltic Union. Is a Union Republic. It's autonomous. It'll become a Union Republic of the Russian Socialist Federative Republic. Ah, so you see, these are not our What are they called here? Puppets? No, they're a part of the Union. So, ascend that shit. Yeah, ascend all of it. So cool, it like becomes my color. I'm not sure what's the difference, honestly. Extra trade to Overlord, couldn't build construction on subject territories, etc. Yeah, but point is, there's integration, which is nice. Okay, now we still have a lot of lands here. We gotta fix up. Return the Austrians their land. Let's return the Czech their land. Return all land to them. So with the south, though, it's gonna then be this weird, I don't know. Nor will be asked to do it again. All coastal or contiguous states which are German cores will return to the Free State. Fate of I figure out the fate of Prussia. We're gonna release a Prussian state where it's our puppet, and then we're gonna integrate it, which I think I could do down here. Maybe, maybe not. Where is it? Spreading the revolution. I guess not. Turn that land to them. Let's see what it's gonna look like. It's gonna get weird. Oh, I gave it to the Socialist Republic, not the South. So there's an East German Union and a South German Union. Oh boy, what a mess. Hey there, Kurt Eisner was an actual historic figure. I think it might have been him who called in during the 1918 revolution saying he lost the key to the bathroom. Is that like a code? I lost the key to the bathroom. Activate the bomb. Alright, return German land. Okay. Yeah, just give all this. I guess we're not getting like specific event asks. So I'll just give it all back to everybody. And see who is allowed to ascend. Come on. So Konigsberg, this is still ours? Germany doesn't get to have it back, I guess? So I just have this big chunk here. Look at these people, they're starting to send me just tiny little 3 guns. Here's 3 guns a month to help. 10 with the Bolsheviks, 10 with the Communists, 10 with the Socialist Revolutionaries. Well done me, I think. It's fair to say that. Oh look, the construction page is working again. Cool. Nuclear research facility. Let's look at our logistics. Isn't it nice when everything's green? Bella Kuhn had a constant telephone line and asked him what to do during the Hungarian Revolution. The same in Bavaria. Fascinating. Yeah, we've just got these funky ass lines now, so I own big chunks of the Balkans and whatnot, apparently. You need to wait for more options? Okay. Saying I'm impatient? I say it to myself all the time. Why are they all wanting help when I'm like all green? Oh, it's the fighters and stuff. Nice, they're helping me out with that. That is nice. I don't think I'm actually getting those options, man. How's the Greek War? I'm not even looking at it. Let's go. What happened? Am I not at war with them anymore? Getting everybody else's thing. Oh yeah, I gotta keep sending out more of these. So we've got to get to 314, which we're close to. Ooh. Uh-oh, might have made a mistake. Greece declared war on the Serbians. Geez, I haven't been taking a focus. Should have been doing that. I don't see any reason not to awaken proletarian consciousness. Only through the decisive action of the Bolshevik Party was the Military Revolutionary Committee of the Petrograd Soviet able to wage the October Revolution. Now that we have reestablished our rapport with their splinter party, we can again mobilize the working class for the coming revolutionary war in Europe, and as its leading vanguard, instill in it something more than your trade union consciousness. So we just get a bunch of buffs and max out people who are already maxed out. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna just get a bit of water. Okay. Ooh, you know what? What about the stuff down here? Well, I guess I'll just do that next. But Russia of modernity. Dismantle the cult of violence. Violence? Extreme violence? Canal Eurasia. Wow, we got some interesting products. Oh, we can get another research slot? If we have more than 300 factories, well, we certainly have that. Wow, dream of cybernetics. Where are we going? I'm so curious. Oh, whoops, look at that. We're involved in the war in Armenia now. Against Armenia. Oh, that's probably the problem with the Greek thing. I'm not actually attacking. That might be the problem. Oh yeah, wait. Leave faction. Call to arms. Probably should do all this. Thank you. There's your problem. Die Stufe fulfilled. With the red flag flying across the former Pale of Settlement following the triumph of the Great Revolution. Hold on, if I'm gonna read all this, I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. Okay. With the red flag flying across the former Pale of Settlement following the triumph of the Great Revolutionary War, a new dawn has begun for the Jews of Eastern Europe, free at last from the... Well, hold on, I gotta change this music too. Oh my goodness, look, I can't even get through... There, yeah, look, I can't even pause the music. Or wait, there we go. I have to do it that way. Adagio in D minor. Oh man, you guys know how like I'm a big Shostakovich fan. I wanted to, so I was listening. I've been listening to his fifth movement a bit. His fifth symphony a bit, and I saw a really funny comment under a video of movement 3. Let me try to find it. Yeah, here we go. Russian Philharmonic. Was it this one? It's because there's one where the ending is fucking blown because the goddamn... oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, the Russian Philharmonic. Somebody's cell phone goes off during the, like, important climax of the movement, and it's just... Ugh. Here we go. Where is the line? Okay, here we go. So this is like a 10-year-old comment, too, but this person is saying... When I listen to this, I imagine myself taking a slow elevator down to the depths of hell. And on the sides are clear glass walls. On the other side of these walls are people who have died and are in the midst of their eternal suffering. And I'm just watching, waiting to find my place. In a good way. I thought that's so funny. Yeah. That's under, see, the channel's called Panharmonicon. Okay, but anyway, let's get to this music. There we go. So let's see. With the majority of the Jewish nation, although the usage of that word is, of course, under constant debate, under the socialist banner, the political discourse within the community has reached a fever pitch. With the seeming inevitability of the world revolution, the emancipated Jewish workers have already begun striving to create the new society that generations of struggle have brought about. In the long-off days of 1917, in the heat of the October insurrection, and in a move that is sure to amuse many a future historian, the Bundesleader Mark Lieber accused Lenin of being nothing but an anarcho-syndicalist. In one of the grand ironies of history, Lieber himself led the Bund into the VST and towards a line of military cooperation with the Western syndicalists. Still, in many ways, Lieber's vision of the revolution has won out over Lenin's. The VST right has shaped the party into a confederal model where the reconstituted Bund is recognized as the supreme representative of the Jewish working class. The VSD has thus implemented a Bundist system of national personal autonomy and democracy. The local Jewish political councils, or Kelilot, have supreme power over educational, cultural, and municipal matters on the basis of voluntary identification as a member of the jurisdiction, with limited representation also being given to Hasidic groupings like Agudat Israel or Yisrael, or progressive cultural organizations like the Volkspartei. Socialist Zionist parties such as Paoli Zion's Left and Hashemor Hatzar have been allowed to continue their activities freely, as were the most progressive general Zionists like Wolf Latsky and the moderate Pol-Zion Hyattduk, albeit after heated debate. Although the overall victory of Bundism is beginning to spur interest in embracing the idea of here-ness over that of Aliyah. Either way, the future of Russia's Jews looks bright and red. That's funny, that phrasing, because I just last night did a painting of that gray winter, like I was telling you guys in the other stream, and I swear, whenever I'm trying to do a perfect circle of a sun, like when I'm doing a yellow or an orange brown sun, those colors, it always ends up looking janky. I can never make it work but when I'm just putting some background lighting, then it became this perfect round, not perfectly round, but very spherical looking. It was this huge red. And you know what? It's fascinating because this is that painting I was saying that it's only used 3 colors. It's just black, white, and red, and the red is just for a little bit of lighting in the corner. It's fascinating to me over the years seeing because I've painted that particular landscape a lot of how people interpret the red. Is it a sun? Is it a fire or something else? Excuse me. So, an oath of life and death. Okay. We still got all these friggin', just open them all. Yes, I'm accepting everything. I'm a yes man. I'm doing the Bruce Almighty. Yes to all. That's the outgoing voicemail. Okay. These are unorganized. To be organized. I really like that movie, Yes Man. I've actually seen it a few times. I don't have it on DVD. I used to. But I can remember even seeing that in theaters and. Research. I don't have a clue. I put it all on you. Anybody know that song? You can swear like daggers right before my eyes. Like a freaking Macbeth reference in a cowpunk song. That's what I like about AM Taxi. One of the things. Alright. Goodness, we have so freaking many. We're still only down to 13. That's with our military industrial subunits, secret resource procurement. Stability minus 20%. How? I'm at 100%. That's got to be an error. Error. I don't even, you know what? I don't even give a shit. Just 5 speed. Let's go. We're just trying to wrap this up so we can get to Japan tonight. There goes Armenia. Super duper easy. Didn't even have to supervise the war. Oh yeah, right. This was like Chuikov's redemption. Yeah. How long was that war? A week? Shoot. Why are we not allowed to invade Lithuania? Let's not have a non-aggression pact. From men of war to men of peace, but first, how do we cancel our non-aggression pact? Oh, we just say cancel. Great. That was easy. Okay, from men of war to men of peace. By the way, I like Yes Man even though it has Zooey Deschanel in it, because I'm actually not a fan of her. I think her sister is the much better actress. It's like, oh, we have to compare women to each other. Stop being mean. Hey, Morbid Mysteries. Well, we've won World War II, and we're just doing the post-war stuff, and then I will end the stream once I feel like we've done all the post-war things. Apparently, we're going to create cybernetics. I want to investigate that further. And then tonight or tomorrow, we will start the Japan campaign, which is the super final, 100% serious, this is the end campaign. But sure, it should be a complicated one. I'm going to probably have to finally learn how navies work. So after the wars of 1914 and 1920, many soldiers were left with nothing, even if they still had a home to return to. Many lives were permanently scarred as these young men knew nothing but war, without any By the way, knowing nothing but war, it's May 1942. The war has been over for months. We're so far ahead of the timeline. Yes, I know there's some little cleanup here with Greece and stuff, but it's just establishing the new world order. Don't worry about it. But like we sped run World War II, and yes, millions died, but it didn't become tens of millions. Although I'll actually belay that because I cannot speak to what are the casualties looking like in the Japan-China war. I probably should check that. Oh, yep, spoke a little too soon, about 2.5 and 2 each. Probably the only thing slowing them down is all the bad terrain, really. Man, can you imagine these two fighting on planes, like in between Germany and Russia? Those numbers would spike very, very fast. Go market liberal Japan? I don't know, we're gonna see. I'm probably gonna do Emperor shit for the memes, which, although I guess the Emperor's always there no matter what. Because they never did give... I'm trying to think what are paths. Like, there's like market liberal, national populist. There's like paternal autocrat, right? What's the where the army runs it? I forget if they label that as paternal autocrat or authoritarian democrat. I'm of the opinion military autocracy, as a general rule, should be labeled paternal autocrats. Unless there's like some sort of exception, some sort of extenuating circumstance. Anyway, after the wars, they were permanently scarred without any prospects of a normal civilian life and profession. Many of them turned to revolutionary or ultra-nationalist movements. Wasn't the first SZRS rally in 1922 born out of the resentment as Alexander Antonov, the folk hero of the Tambov Whites, rose to the podium and accused the ruling parties of ignoring the plight of the veterans, the men who had given their all yet received nothing in return? Damn! That's this guy, I think. Well, there's Alexei, and Antonov is a common name, but I'm pretty sure Alexei, it's like... Oh, shoot. Are these actually different guys? For right now, we're going to pretend this one is. Although the Tambov Whites specifically, this guy did fight for the Whites. It's conservative Nat Pop and market liberal. Okay, thank you. There was a simple yeah, he's just given the Gracchi brothers speech, our veterans don't have any, the birds and beasts of Italy have what our veterans don't, There's a simple reason why this is so often the case: money. Many men are permanently unable to work, others lack education or need long-term medical aid against the ills like morphine addiction developed during the war for painkillers. Naturally, veterans organizations are the first ones to lobby for this spending, and the nationalists see it as an easy way to score political points. He's talking too much, he needs a retiree. Okay, basic benefits, invalids, widows, etc. State will arrange employment for all veterans, so that would switch us to partial mobilization. Fascinating, which we need to demobilize anyway. This is the beginning of a comprehensive pension system. Well, you know what? I'm going to... Hold on. I'm going to... What is going on? Oh, I'm looking for something. God damn it, why is it taking me on a link to Facebook? I was trying to pull up. Here we go. Okay, so I am just gonna read the... I'm gonna let you guys vote on this. Let me pull up the poll. Treatment. Okay, hold on a sec. So we're gonna call this policy. Oh my gosh, hold on a sec. Okay. War veterans policy question mark. Basic benefits, state employment, or a comprehensive pension system. And what I'm just going to do before you guys vote is I'm going to read to you the final sentence of Lincoln's second inaugural address. And I guess I'll change the music as well. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. And now I will open the polls. All right. So today I ended up throwing down a little bit of cash. And I'm just going to talk about my painting and BAMF. I'm going to give you guys like 3 minutes to vote. Threw down some cash for painting supplies because I've been using painting supplies from when I used to paint like 6 years ago. And I just decided, okay, there are definitely a few colors that I'm always consistently using, and so those are the ones I'm gonna invest in like a big tube for. Because like titanium white, oh my gosh, if I could get titanium white like by the gallon, I need to look into that in the future. Because I'm like always building winter scenes. Because right now I'm trying to like focus on technique with a limited palette. But like a lot of the ones I like to paint need titanium white. Actually, what's kind of funny is something that's changed in the last few years is it's not funny at all, but it's like it's interesting to me. Is when I used to paint years ago, I would make my own liquid white or magic white, whatever you want to call it. by mixing titanium white with like oil, or with thinner to create the liquid white. And then I think it was last weekend, I ended up wasting a ton of time just basically price checking at different groceries, paint places. Have we been radical enough, comrade? Are there more radical things we can achieve? Apparently, we can develop cybernetics in like 1942. So I think that seems pretty radical. We're gonna look into that. But yeah, I ended up essentially price checking what it would cost to like get a bulk bunch of titanium white and the thinner, and then I ended up checking online, and it turns out that like it's cheaper to just buy the liquid white straight up now. I guess they just sell it. I mean, they always have sold it pre-made, but the price has gone down significantly, I guess. So it's like, well, glad I spent all that time going to the stores. But like, yeah, so the big colors that I grabbed is I'm gonna be using titanium white, ivory black, which like I've realized there's no such thing as actual black. And then also I couldn't find midnight black in 200 milliliters for some reason. Maybe I didn't look hard enough, but I couldn't find it. I've never used midnight black, which is what Bob Ross uses. So instead I'm using ivory, which it seems pretty good to have a bulk one of. I mean, it's not black, but it's really, 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 really dark gray. So close enough because usually I'm mixing it with something else anyway. And I don't like lamp black because lamp black is like green. It's got green streaks in it. And then there's there's another black that has like brown streaks. And I need to look into, because I know there's some point where Bob Ross explains like he sometimes mixes his own black, and I think it's like Van Dyke brown. I think it's like Van Dyke brown, Prussian blue, and something else. So yeah, I ended up getting. Oh, you know what? I think that's enough time. Yeah, what has it been, like 4 minutes? Should be enough time for you guys to vote. Unanimous. A comprehensive pension system. This is actually going to put us in a negative political power, people, for the first time in ages. Plus 10 stability when we're already at 100%. And syndicalism goes up 5% popularity. So we're at 38% even without integrating the others just yet. That's wow. Look, ever since we got the Social Democrats into the coalition, they've actually gotten a little more popular. Any black paint for absorbing the light hitting the paint? I mean, yeah, it's just all about darkening stuff. I don't know. I don't know color theory. I kind of feel like maybe we should learn. Oh, but yeah, speaking of color, so I got, I think it was 5 bulk paints, the titanium white, ivory black, freaking cadmium yellow, which is probably going to last me an eternity, or at least a really long time, because I don't do summer stuff very much, but I definitely use the yellow a lot. I got phthalo and Prussian blue, because blue's my favorite color, and I use both those a lot. And then there was, what was the last one? Alizarian Crimson, which I'm probably just going to be fucking pissing through, because I use it so much for mixing. You mix the crimson and the white, you get pink. You mix the crimson and the black, you can get some cool mountains. You could do like more crimson and white, and you get like a darker. You can get like these cherry bombs. You do crimson with the sun. You could do crimson with phthalo blue or with the Prussian blue, and you get these different shades of purple. And like a lot of it is just, get that crimson and blue ratio right, and you've got tons of colors available to you there. So yeah, it's like I was thinking about it, how there's an irony that there's definitely a lot of blue shadings to the stuff I paint and the ones that I pick, because blue is my favorite color. But the irony is that the blue paint is so freaking concentrated and strong that I don't use nearly as much of it as I do red. Anyway, let's go to Okay, well, hey, now we're about to get that 100 political power here for awakening the consciousness. Let's also, can we deploy these dang troops already? Not quite yet. Remember, we're trying to take control of the faction right now, which is proving to be a little bit difficult. Oh, I think we've officially done it. We're exceeding our capacity. The only way to alleviate the stress in our country will remove division. So you see we're at 317. Honestly, all of these negatives aren't that bad. I mean, I guess the consumer goods kind of sucks, but I mean, it gets exponentially worse. But the point is, I believe we can now take control of the Third Internationale. Take over. Oh, except we don't have political power because you guys wanted to create a comprehensive pension system. So that's okay. We're getting 2 a day. It's just gonna take a few months. Let's set this up. We have a lot of political power. We don't have infinite political power. There's a difference. Pensions created. All right. But yeah, we're gonna get 100 right here, right now. So it genuinely isn't any big deal. I just wanted to be a little funny. Oh, so many. There we go. My body is feeling a little off today because I've had fast food yesterday and today. I've probably had way too much salt. I've been getting some freebies they've been giving out this week. Okay. The Russia of modernity, the wonders of a world without expectation are indeed limitless. Even now, amidst this revolutionary period, we are able to embark on mass urbanization projects of a kind thought fanciful only decades ago. This new Russia will be one of glittering cities, not of backwards villages. So for 2 years, basically 2 years, we're going to be losing 1/4 of a point of daily political power gain, but construction speed will also be spiking. And a few of these areas will become urbanized. Cool. Wants to provide 0 once. What? What does that even mean? Got a note from Norman Thomas saying, hey, this is my offer. Nothing. Not even the license for the gaming fee. Oh wait, whoops. I just realized I've had this message pinned on the top of chat this whole time. Okay. Wow, this Grecian war is taking a little longer than I thought. We're gonna win, but they do sure seem tenacious. Oh, there's a problem. People aren't advancing south. There's no way they could support all those divisions there. Oops. Better field hospitals. Hey there, Jacob. Look at that, we're already at 178 political power. We might be able to line up taking over control of the Third International with that Steel Day. Or 4th of July, actually. No, we're going to be a little bit off. Yeah, 4th of July, we're slightly off. There it is. Oh, we got... Wow. We took control of Greece and in the same day seized control of the Third Internationale. That was the crown, the double crown. Great, that's done. Now we're in charge. No, we don't have to worry about it for half a year. Cool. Now let's see who. Everything the light touches is the new world order. Look at that. It's basically all of Europe except for Lithuania, which we're going to take care of right now. Switzerland and Ireland. And you know what? The Irish, I think, especially in this timeline, I think they've earned being left alone. But my, oh my. Most of the Northern Hemisphere right there. Quite a big chunks of the South, too. And that's without us even going into India and stuff. Beautiful, thank you. Yep. B-E-A, beautiful. Fate of Armenia, yeah, just liberated. Oh yeah, return the Armenian lands, return the Bulgarian lands. Is there not a fate of, oh yeah, ascend Armenia. Boom, we just turned them red, they're good. Look at all these factories. It's actually kind of crazy. It's massive infrastructure time from sea to shining sea. Just build stuff. I mean, we're urbanizing, we're doing everything, building the new Russia. Yeah, we're doing it in Mongolia. Kyrgyzstan, sure. Mere 6 years ago, we were at war with them. Not even. What was it, like 4? There. This ought to keep the civilian factories occupied for a while. Look at this. I can build stuff in Iran if I wanted. I can build stuff in France. I can do a continent-wide, if I wanted to, I could do a continent-wide infrastructure program. And I actually don't see why I wouldn't. Yeah, it's like, okay, we fought, we bled, we died. What was it all for? Railroads. Just to, see, Mussolini, this is how I make the trains run on time. Still next to it. Yep. Oh yeah. Hello, Tyler. Yeah, that'll be tonight or tomorrow. After this, I'm gonna get off, do some different things, like paint. Do some more painting. Yeah, into Iran. Let's get all this trade. Let's build up some ports on this side of this gap. Give ourselves some options. Okay. Oh yeah, the Scandinavians, I mean, they may or may not want the infrastructure. I don't know. I wonder how metal will develop, like the music of metal would develop in this timeline. All the clicking and just build. The whole continent. I guess I could just be on 5-speed right now while I'm doing this. The fall of Singapore has been seized by Siam. Okay, who do I want to... I'll just give it to the Australasian Union. They can figure it out. Uh-oh. Ooh, we're freezing up a little here. Oh, I guess Siam, because they're the ones who took it. What? Cannot select because demand is too expensive? Oh, I think there's like a glitch happening. Fuck. Japan and the Fire Rises. It's a very interesting campaign with tons of content. The Fire Rises? Is that like a different mod or a sub-mod of Kaiserreich? Huh. Okay, there's clearly just some problem, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, I know, oh, we can take the Princely Federation, we can fight in China, we can do all this, but, like, none of it actually matters. Like, we'd easily win. Ah, mod that takes place in 2020. No, sorry, Tyler, I'm not going to do an unexplored mod. To end things, it was Kaiserreich that launched me, and it is Kaiserreich where I will end it. Oh, whoops. Pin, okay. Yeah, let's just keep the 5 speed going, and we can now take the first and the last revolution, which is what I was trying to do. It was in Russia where the flames of the proletarian revolution first arose. The chance for world revolution was almost upon us, but it was lost. Now the time has come again, with Russia standing as the leader and protector of the Third Working Men's Internationale. It was only thanks to the strength of the Russian proletariat's spirit and inner flame that an abyss was avoided and the torch was returned to where it originates from. So we've got Savior of, we're going to get plus 15% war support, which will put us 100%, which is cool. Add Savior of the World Revolution, which grants recruitable population factor plus 10%, which is nice because we're at 0. Construction speed plus 10%, technology sharing bonus plus 10%, trade deal opinion factor plus 50%. So, you know, all that, hey, come and get your oil. Look at that, I'm getting 57 from trade. Remember when we were like struggling to get even double digits? Attack against major countries plus 10% and defense against major countries plus 10%. That's actually like crazy to me that you get straight up like attack and defense buffs. But it's a heck of a trophy. Like it was a long journey to get here. We earned it. All right. And we're just barely getting the nice guns built. Beat that. The Avatomat. There's still more to be done. Come and get your shit. Come and get this crap. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. Okay, so next, yeah, we just have a lot of focuses to take, so we're just gonna be living on 5 speed here for a while. We can finally take a vision for our union and start coming down here. Eventually we'll get down here to the coordination. So we can start integrating our subject nations, which is cool. Beyond the monetary system for even more research is great. Fall of Beijing, Feng Tian have taken it. Who am I even at war with right now? Just Lithuania? Why am I not pouring in there? Let's see. I'm doing a campaign as Germany and Kaiserreich, where I set all the countries that can to go socialist and join the international. It's been pretty difficult. Oh yeah, I bet. I mean, like, how would I say it? You know, well, something like Lithuania. It's like, ooh, Lithuania is not helping me. Boo, freaking who? But like, it starts to add up if it's all of them. Ukraine, like when you lose Ukraine, I feel like Ukraine is maybe the single ally that hurts the most, because Austria is always going to be there. But like when you lose Ukraine, I mean, Ukraine being decent is a huge factor in delaying the attacks from the east and Russia. So dang, yeah, that sounds like quite a challenge. Good luck. Now, here's the question, because now I'm thinking about countries that like you can pretty much guarantee they're going to go Reichspakt every time, but it's my understanding there are technically options where they don't. So like, can Sweden and Finland go syndicalist? I know they could form. There's possibilities where they could form the Nordic Federation, but I think that's only if they're centrist. I'd have to refresh my knowledge on that. Lithuania just declared war on Bulgaria. Yeah, that's a good use of time. Whoops. Oop, we need another focus. So cool, we got that done. Vision for our union. Let's start seeing what these events are. Oh wait, no. I want the other one. In the monetary system. Marx began his magnum opus with a critique of the value of commodities in the market and its necessary expression in money. Here in embryo is contained all the horrors of capital. Experiments in radical planning can illuminate the way past this and create a route into communism. New units of accounting, emerging technology, the use of labor vouchers, and the direct transfer of products between firms should all be explored. This is going to hurt our political power, but we're going to get more popular as syndicalists. We're approaching 50% now. And we'll get another research lot, which is cool. Sweden can only go far right following a counter-revolution, one of those paths. Alright. There's only a handful of countries that don't have left-wing paths. Okay. So dang, no Sweden, no Finland. No I mean, again, it's one of those things like, is Norway by themselves going to win World War II? Of course not. But they're important. But like, it's important for the Reichspakt and the Third International to have Sweden and Norway respectively, because then they occupy each other's time. But once you get them all working together, damn. So that means from day one, you gotta have you're gonna need to have some people on the front here. That is quite a challenge. It'd be something to be proud of if you can pull it off. What I say. It's like in the expanded Game of Thrones. Like, I would love to meet anybody who's ever won as the Tullys in that game, because you're just there to get killed by everybody else. Chuikov, I think you need to lend some of your expertise up here. There we go. Never mind. They heard Chuikov was coming and went, oh! Oh, see, Nick, that wasn't so hard. As Russia defeat Germany and have all starting Ostatian territories except Finland as your own nation. Hey, we did it! Well, there go the Dutch East Indies. I mean, I don't really care about it. This is working again. You guys hear those sirens? Uh-oh. Sounded like they clicked off near, not faded. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, doesn't seem to be the issue. Might be getting a little bit dusty today. Not a storm, but dust happening. Okay. All right, any decisions here? Fate of East Prussia. Oh, finally we get all these decisions. I guess they... Okay, whatever. Liberate the commune. Our Baltic allies. Murat. I don't even remember which one's Murat. The Hungarians. Fuck the Austrians. Fate of Karelia. We'll just go ahead and hold on to that. Ethnic autonomy. Yeah, sure. Croatia, oh no, I meant to give that to Serbia. Whatever, we don't really care about this. We've all seen these decisions plenty of times. Posen, yeah, I guess give that to the Polish. Transylvania, yeah, they have its own country, you know. They'll live off of the Dracula merch. East Prussia. Oh, we can release an East Prussian state. Yeah, split it up even more. Now we're talking. Yeah. The East Prussian Socialist Republic. These guys have a focus? No, they don't. That would be a little weird, I guess. Not exactly a priority. Upper Silesia. I'll give that to the Polish. Where's sirens, man? Oh, look at all the... Yeah, just all these small individual areas. Transcarpathia. I don't even know. Give it to the Hungarians. I'll give this to the... we'll give it to the Croatians. Thessalonica. Give it to the Greeks, yeah. Bosnia. Well, we've already fucked up and didn't create Yugoslavia, so let's just make everybody its own thing. Go all in one way or the other. Fate of Vilnius. That's here, right? Foreign claims, Lithuania. Lithuania and the Baltic Union both have it as a core state, so I guess let's give it to the Baltics. Masuria, give this to... I kind of like keeping... you know what? The German area is not touching is going to bother me, so we will give this to the East Prussians. But who gets Danzig? Fate of Western Prussia. Who has a core on it right now? The German Empire and the Eastern Prussian Socialists. There's not even a claim from the Polish, so we'll give this to the East Prussians. You get Königsberg and Danzig. It's gonna be some. It'll be interesting the subcultures of the German subcultures that would develop out of this. And again, what does it mean for the metal music? Fate of Sirmia. I'll give it to the Serbians. Pressburg. Hungarians. Dalmatia, we'll give that to the Croatians. We should give that to the Bosnians. Whatever. I just don't really care. Yeah, I'm just clicking stuff. I really don't care anymore. Here we go. Oh, the dream of cybernetics. The only problem with central planning is that with the scale of the entire Russian economy, plans are constantly hampered by the need for bureaucracy. Miles of archive files are produced in the planning process, as experts must have accurate information factory in Oblast. A small group of mathematicians in Russian academia have risen up to the task. They enjoy the patronage of Admiral Axel Ivanovich Berg, a Finnish-Swedish-born fleet officer, hero of the Archangel School evacuation, and an expert in radio engineering. These cyberneticists are working on projects like the electronic computing machine and are hoping that more funds will be directed to the strange field of electronic computing from the military. Their vision is fully automated communism, one where human error matters little, as electronic machines handle the calculation, planning, and distribution of resources in the most effective and neutral way possible. Of course, this cannot be reached anytime soon, even in the next few decades, but first steps must be taken nonetheless. Computers are the future, so we get computing technology, research buff, and I'm pretty sure I've just already done it all. Shit. Okay. Or I guess this is beyond the monetary system, ballistic computer. Okay. So we did that, and we could do transformation of nature. Our agricultural reforms have taken one step towards banishing hunger from our lands. Now we must vanquish it forever. Never again shall the fecund land of the Volga experience the famines of 1891 or 1921. Extensive irrigation systems will be planned. Rivers will be transformed into machines to generate electricity. Forest shelter belts will be planted to protect farmland, and natural resources will be tapped. Let the working class mobilize for this great heroic project. So we get subjugation of nature. We'll get better resources, but it hurts our stability. Which, gosh, I'm genuinely curious if we're closer to 200% base value instead of 100. Plus 20% max factories in a state is pretty sick, and we'll get to make a couple of canals. We'll see how that works out. Get all the plus 52 research speed and 6 slots. Yeah, there's really no need for us to actually fight the wars. Easy shit. Exhort heroism. I don't know if I did that, but it's what else have I got to spend political power on? Worker state here is available. A Russian version of the syndicate list synthesis has resulted in a unique arrangement. Multiple revolutionary parties, each sharing power in the unions and Soviets. While once this awkward state of affairs was thought to be a momentary stage of the revolution, our experience has shown that such a system could work. Let us work to strengthen the coalition even further. Together with our allies, we will build the future. So just everybody gets pluses. Plus, 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 plus. And there will be an event as well. Yeah, so we're gonna finish those, and we're gonna come down here to the coordination, and that's really it. Afghanistan still lives. Yeah, and so they haven't done anything to us. Let sleeping dogs lie. Jeez. Especially the Russians should know better. Faster, faster, faster!
The 20th century is a century of industry. Despite Russia's poor starting conditions, much work has been done to harness our great natural resources towards creating wealth for all workers. Look at Britain, a small rainy island which has created unsurpassed material living standards purely with innovation in machines. What could Russia be without unnumbered natural resources? Rivers turned to produce electricity, great veins of ore tapped for wealth for all, forests turned into houses and paper for countless educational books. The archaic countryside slowly fading away as mechanical harvesters and tractors roam perfectly even fields. With our resources, it is only a matter of time until every material need for Russians will be satisfied. The Russia of tomorrow is a wealthy one.
And we'll get an industry buff here. Dang, 89 days for disporched industry. Disporched industry. Okay, work state time. Yeah, do that. And shoot, look at how fast we can get this done. Iranians are allies, not food. Yeah. Okay, the dual party system. Oh, oof. Sorry. Stretching my leg and then I retracted it fast. Oh. The political system of Russia is often described as a two-party system, though naturally we don't like to call it that ourselves. But it is true that in practice, the All-Russian Union of Labor and the Socialist Revolutionary Party are relatively equal in political power. While the VST has for some time now controlled most city Soviets and most of the executive power, the Esters have great influence in rural Russia and the provinces. Some see this as a good development. For example, Nikolai Bukharin's publication Analysis of the State of Soviet Democracy pointed out that in practice, two parties act as checks on each other's power while still representing the working class. This, according to him, ensures the political freedom of Soviets much better than a single-party system would, as the workers always have a chance to flock to the other party should one fail in their service of the people. By the way, a little hint for those who hope to find me again one day: the Bukharina campaign will happen, which is the daughter of the one who's being talked about here. And it'll be Moe Reich because I love the music and the super event. Deal with it. Yeah, I'll be the only person on the internet who's playing Moe Reich, right? Not Moe Reich, the new Moe Order. The Moe Order. And just like that, viewership got cut in half. The system has its fair share of critics too, both from the extreme left of the. Let's pull up. This is a coalition right now, by the way. We're at 8 unity plus, maxed out 10 on the communists, 8 on the Danists, 10 on the socialist revolutionaries, 5 on the social democrats. They're so cute. Let's see. Relations with the Bolsheviks 10. My tastes are very singular. I don't know. I often feel like my tastes are common. I listen to I read the classics, and then people are like, "Ooh, it's like you read that." It's like, well, they're classics for a reason. They're very popular. A lot of people read them. I just can't seem to meet any of those people. The system has its fair share of critics too, both from the extreme left of the VST and from anarchist-aligned thinkers such as Gregory Maximov and Isaac Steinberg. The common criticism is that the glorious Russian Revolution has been squandered and turned into a mere parliamentary system once more, where political parties compete for power in cabinet politics, not unlike the bourgeois republics of the 1920s. Political parties and their supporters detract from class solidarity and instead create class oppositionalism, where the working class is constantly being divided by the political elite, creating a bureaucratic, managerial class of party functionaries and bureaucrats. Regardless of the criticism, the system seems to be here to stay. Many view it as a temporary state, one that will naturally disappear as the material conditions of Russia increase and equalize economic harmony across the country. But until then, we must work together. The system worked before and it'll work now, so we just get a +2 on all the main 3 members of the coalition. Oh, and now we can do industrial planning here, so we can do Canal Eurasia. Land is made to be shaped by man. The lowlands of Kamyaka make it easy to build a new canal there. The proposed Eurasian Canal would run hundreds of miles from the Caspian Sea through the Kuma-Menshik Depression and finally through the Don into the Black Sea, uniting the Caspian Sea to the European waterways. So it's essentially the right here across the Caucasus is where it'll be, which is also where a lot of oil travels and stuff. So we're going to definitely do that. What it means is for 2 years we'll have 10% consumer goods factors being used, but that's fine. I mean, we got over 420 factories. Can't even comprehend what to do with them all. That's why we're just doing the mass European infrastructure plan. Oops, did I actually finish doing that? Did I actually, because I remember I was like in the Germany area and I might have gotten distracted. Oh, I'm glad I checked. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Okay, let's get back to the infrastructure program. So the whole mass of Europe, except for apparently these enclave areas, everybody, this is what the labor is being used for. And these are our people going over, so there's going to be, Russian and Soviets in all of these areas. Here's true ideology. Are they going to see just construction barrels outside, or are you going to actually build something? Yeah, this whole Iberian Confederation. Okay. France getting the short end of the stick. France just, like, we're building things up in, like, Greece and stuff, and they're still just... You gonna come get us, or what? Oops, hold on, we forgot parts of Italy. We're still not done with Germany. Okay. And yeah, the English y'all are just gonna be waiting. I wonder how long this is gonna take to make. Ballard Islands are down there. There's a little touch of green there. It's kind of a vision test now, huh? Okay, now we'll come up here. Whoa! Alright, I think that's our... Oh, is there maybe a little, little piece of Belgium there, or... Ooh, we almost missed Gibraltar, I guess. There it is, the full continent-wide post-war infrastructure program, Marshall Plan, eat your heart out. We're building shit in the Scottish Highlands, in the Westerschelde. You got Russians in Westerschelde. What is this? We're at risk of another country getting our leadership. No, they won't. All right, so Canal Eurasia, we're going to do that. And then already proposed in the 19th century by Alexander Glukhoff, redirecting the flow of Amur Dara in Central Asia to flow into the Caspian Sea instead of the Aral Sea, would irrigate a great wealth of cotton farming land in Transcaspia, bringing great economic and logistical benefits to the region. This one's also about 2 years. Not going to take quite as long. Oh, wait, we can't do this. What are we short? Need 100,000 men, which we do not have. We probably should just dissolve some of these. Okay, I think that was 16. That should be enough. There we go. Oop, I don't have the political power, though. See, again, it's not infinite. Even though we're getting 2.6 a day while we take a focus. It's an obscene amount, yet we need every bit of it. Oh, they'll never catch up on the factories either. No way. Oh, actually, America, they might. Have they cored everything yet? Like, I'm wondering. I mean, then again, this deep in, it looks like it. Like, are they still dealing with any negatives? They're still technically recovering from the Civil War. There's still Federalist resistance, still Reconstruction, still longest resistance, still economic devastation. Yeah, and they still have already won World War II. That good. Who am I at war with right now? I think, like, not Germany, East Asia, one of the others. Yeah, Kenya, Middle Africa. I'm not sending troops down there. It's just not going to happen. This is just getting cleaned up. Look at the South African People's Union go. Okay. Yeah, just doing industry stuff. Never did take ally with the Camovites. Didn't need it. Didn't need it. Didn't want it. Okay, let's just dismantle the cult of violence. This just gives a bunch of buffs. I think this might be better later. Enshrining Great Revolutionary War. The past war was among the deadliest in history, a veritable living hell, yet incredibly socialism not only survived it, it has thrived. Thanks to the sacrifices of the countless martyrs draped in the crimson flag. Revolution triumphed over reaction, and the world has entered a new epoch. Still, we must never forget the sacrifices it took to reach this point. Let the memory of the fallen live forevermore. And incidentally, that's also going to get us to where we just have a straight-up majority within syndicalism. And we still have the coalition. We're still working with other people. You know, that's what keeps the operation smooth. But it's like we will not need them anymore. That reminds me, I wonder what ended up happening in New Zealand in the last few years, because I mean, I don't keep up with New Zealand news. Although there's a lot of bands I like that come from down here, and one I don't. Anyway, because there was, what was it, in 2021, where, like, the New Zealand Labour Party got a straight-up majority in the election, and it was, like, I don't remember if it was the first time it had ever happened under the New Zealand parliamentary system, or if it had been, like, 50-plus years, but it was just, like, kind of surprising, at least for me as an outside observer, because it was a government that was in during COVID. Uh-oh, we're getting an encoding overload. Ooh. Uh-oh. Is there a problem? Yeah, OBS is telling me there's an encoding overload happening. Anyway, so they got that straight up majority, and so I'm wondering, like, how did that? Were they a good government? Were they a bad government? I guess I can just look it up right now. Current, since this thing's loading, government of New Zealand. Here we go. Oh, here. So let's see. That's a story from 2023. Okay, it's a coalition government of the National Party, the ACT Party, and New Zealand First Party that has governed New Zealand since November 2023. Government is headed by Christopher Luxon, National Party leader and Prime Minister, along with coalition party leaders David Seymour and Winston Peters. Agreed to a select committee, possibility of amending Treaty of Waitangi legislation, firm local referendum on Maori wards, prioritize English over Maori language in government departments. On broader issues, the government's plan includes restoring interest deductibility for rental properties, changes in housing policy, infrastructure investment, conservative law and justice reforms, and tax cuts. So they defeated the incumbent Labour Party on October 14th, 2023. With 38% of the popular vote, Labour had gotten 27% of the popular vote. Its share of parliamentary seats dropped from 64 to 34. Okay, so there was a whiplash back, essentially. All right, oops, hold on. Happy New Year. Transylvania desires a union with Romania. Contrary to what some of our planners might say, Transylvania is an artificial state. If they're asking me, okay, sure. That's so weird. Kind of feels like it's a conversation the two of them needed to have with each other. They didn't really need me in there. Okay. Oh, we finished up the nuke thing, like we needed it anymore. All right, Russian compromise is... Wait, we're only just getting this? Despite the monumental political changes that have occurred since the early... Oh, I need a little water. But, oh, I guess I finished the water. I'll be right back. Okay, despite the monumental political changes that have occurred since the early days of the revolution, the system remains functionally a two-party system, something which has not gone unobserved. While the All-Russian Union of Labor remains dominant in urban Soviet... Okay, this is kind of just reiterating of what we said before. And nobody wants to upset the balance. Vague references to the necessity of proletarian democracy. Hurrah for workers' democracy. So there wasn't even anything. No effect. It just was repeating something we already knew. Lebanon capitulated. When the hell was Lebanon a thing? When did that happen? Did I miss an event? Alright, instilling the spirit. So this is the military thing. To commemorate the Great Revolutionary War, a large procession had been arranged in Moscow under the auspices of the VST and its remaining affiliates. In the midst of Red Square, large pits were hewn from the ground, and from the streets, thousands of people poured, all of them with the look of the poor and toiling. A military band led the procession, playing the Internationale, and like wind ripples, the song spread through the crowd. Large red banners unrolled to the ground from the top of the Kremlin, emblazoned with great letters in gold and white, reading, "Martyrs of the World Socialist Revolution." The coffins were next to follow. Daubed crimson like blood, they were carried by rough men with tearful eyes, followed by women and children who sobbed and screamed. Many of the coffins were covered with glittering cloth, and others had a soldier's hat nailed on the top. The bearers marched them into the pits, restraining the grieving. Following them came the rows of soldiers and workers. Singing hoarsely, they waved red banners. Many of them marked their occasion with their marked their association with the left faction of the VST, but others clearly bore slogans of the Essers. Their banners proclaimed, "Vindicate Lenin and Trotsky, long live the Socialist Republic," and "Glory to the Workers' and Peasants' Revolution." Lines of soldiers marched at salute, factory workers raised their tools, and squadrons of artillery heaved their howitzers, the barrels wound with red and black ribbon. The singing lasted for hours, and as the last coffins were buried, the tide of workers withdrew. Moderate onlookers within the Internationale and outside it were horrified at the spectacle, considering it symptomatic of the fierce zeal that had gripped a country less open to dissent, and which made a virtue of obstinate intransigence. The believers saw it differently, however. They knew that the devout Russian people no longer needed priests to pray them into heaven. On earth, they were building a kingdom more bright than any heaven had to offer, and for which it would take glory to die. Let their memory be enshrined forever. Don't know in effect either, just saying what happened. All right. What is this? Demilitarization of the economy. 35 days. It's just offering a way to do it via focus instead of clicking here, but we don't need to. Oh, we can do the canal now. Dredge this canal! We're gonna get it done sooner than your age, even. Okay. Let's do this labor conference. A vision for our union. From Kiev to Minsk and beyond, Russia has liberated huge swathes of territories. The labor republic system has served us well so far in respecting national autonomy while pursuing economic integration. But with the German threat gone, it may well be possible that it will go under some changes towards a self-sufficient economic bloc centered around Russia, or even becoming a supranational union. Let the future take us where it will. Okay. So all we're doing now is, dang, we still have so many of these. We'll get some decisions, reaching for the future. I mean, we're just going to oh, we have to decide which of these we take. I didn't even realize the split was here. So, Union of the People or a People's Union. So this is actually not allowed because Levitsky is in charge. So we're going to go Union of the People. Various places become autonomous, devolution of authority, decentralized economic area, consumer good factors down, trade opinion deal. Expansion of the union allow for further ascension of union republics in the following countries. So mostly Europe, like Kurdistan, Mongolia, etc. is in here. Sweden, Finland, Denmark. Dang, I should have published some of these. Could have been a huge union. Oh yeah. Start the nukes. 700 days. Could have started this earlier, I'm realizing. Oh well. God, here's looking at you, kids, stuck in my head. Conference of the Labor Congress, strive for fairness and equality, or strive for progress and security. Our stability is already maxed out, so we might as well go with party popularity. We're at 56 now. Look at this. There's 3% of the country is not in our union. Grab this for the decisions. Turkestan has never been a priority for the Russian state, despite a long period owning much of it either directly or by proxy. Partially as a result, the lands there have continued to be underdeveloped compared to much of the land west of it. To develop them will be a tall task, but one we will begin in no time. Okay. Gosh, this fucking runny nose. Oh, sorry, I thought I muted. Eesh. It's like on the bingo card. one forgetting to mute per stream. Yeah, I don't care really about this stuff. We have 41 days left to demobilize the economy. Oh wow, we're finally not at war with anybody. Karelia, it's a core now. Well, isn't that special? Dream of a union. The Russian Empire has been thrown in the dustbin of history, but a twist of fate has placed us in a position where the great dream of 1917, a democratic socialist federation of the former Russian Empire, is within our grasp. We reach for it. We revolutionaries do not waste time on absurdities such as Ukrainians do not exist and other Black Hundredist slogans, but rather our rationale is this. Russia, as the most industrialized nation of Eastern Europe and Asia, is best positioned to improve material conditions, fight tyranny, capitalism, and superstition, and ultimately guide the entire region into a fully realized socialist system. In its current state, the Union of Socialist Labor Republics functions as a loose union. All of its republics elect delegates to the Union Congress, a de jure supreme body, but with limited authority. Comrade republics are tied in defense and foreign policies, form a single economic area, and coordinate in various fields from infrastructural projects to economic speculation. Economic specialization. In addition, the Union Congress arbitrates issues between member republics. In practice, Moscow holds all the cards in the Union, but not to such an unequal degree that it would simply impose its will on every matter. But much debate wages over the exact means of this. A program was drafted by Congress committee. Hold on, this is like not the right tune for this. We're not in a critical situation, we're winning. You know what? Let's change the music. Let's do we're doing cybernetics, right? So let's do the Stellaris OST. Now we're talking. Socialist system, de jure, Nicola, sister republic. Despite its idealistical framing, the plan was widely criticized as a centralization of power and anathema to the national self-determination of all working peoples. The opposition claims that the same goal will be reached much more genuinely through further decentralization and tireless work towards material and spiritual progress. Which vision shall prevail? Well, I think it's already kind of predetermined, and it's going to be union of the people instead of people's union, which is like, you know. Who was the guy running last election cycle, or maybe the one, no, it was 2020, but Pete Buttigieg, yeah, there was all the jokes about he's just like a series of catchphrases where you do the reverse thing, like, you know, our people's strength lies in the strength of our people. Everybody clap. Everybody clap. Care about this stuff. Well, I have to actually take the radar program, folks, before I would be allowed to do that. Fascinating. Oh yeah, we should just go ahead and get to partial mobilization now. Need the war economy for any reason. Any real reason. Alright, 4 focuses to go. The Great Patriotic War destroyed homes, factories, and the farmers' land all the same, in no small part because the nationalists imperialists would rather destroy their whole country than see socialism prosper. Nonetheless, the whole of Eastern Europe bore the brunt of this destruction, and extensive reconstruction efforts must be underway. Annual Congress, everything's great. Simple as. Yeah, we just got a bunch more industrial stuff, which we'll of course always be taking. How's the infrastructure plan going? Spotty. We're still building up our own area. No, actually that's not true. We're starting to get into Turkestani, and such. Yeah, it looks good. I'm just taking things, just clicking things. Whoop, no, not that one. Industry is pretty much done. Fall of Shanghai. See, we don't have an option. The founding, so we're going to go with the Union of Peoples, the People's Union. The founding Congress of the Union of Socialist Labor Republics laid the groundwork for national self-determination and further economic cooperation between the peoples of Europe. All the time, it had little power, but with the war over, we can pursue a common relationship with the free socialist republics. Down the line, this harmonious cooperation will lead to peace, equality, and the abolition of the state. Eyes to the Far East. Empire of Japan is the supreme imperialist. There's no need to force the issue, at least for now. We await the day it happens. Oh, so they're just saying, let them make a move. Let them make the move. But we'll whoop their ass when and if the time comes. To move Tukhachevsky's whole army east. I'm already building my first nuke, and now I'm seeing this stuff about the Damocles project. Ha. We need 10 factories. Weapons of peace. Enemy of the working class. All roads have a car by 1960 if we choose to. World's Bayonet. Which side of it you're on? Seriously, draw back our conscription and mobilization. I'll just manually switch them back. Not a problem. Propose a rubber belt program. Great idea to benefit both. Our corporation will make a stake in the profits. Great way to get Haiti back on its feet. Expansion of the Union. Allows for the further ascension of Union republics in the following countries. Member states of the Union of Socialist Labor Republics have mainly been limited to those who once belonged to the Russian Empire. As the system was in its infancy, this was a temporary measure to experiment with the efficiency of the Union. Now we have the opportunity to abandon these limitations and create new sister republics for the common good. Quiet chat. Being quite chatty before. Just waiting for the focus to finish. Here, oh, a couple of things. Ukrainian legacy. The Ukrainian Republic has a controversial legacy, to say the least. When the Great Revolutionary War broke out, and the first Ukrainian cities, Kharkiv, Yevlotsia, and Luhansk, were liberated, the already divided Ukrainian left, again, another contentious issues on their end, had to disassemble two chairs that'll end up in the trash tomorrow. That sucked. I don't think there's anything I need to disassemble. Indeed, the national zbory of the Ukrainian People's Republic listed a fair share of socialists concentrated in the Council Revolutionary Bloc. Okay. Basically, we want socialism. Russia has had mixed reactions. It's complicated. Remain in the homeland. Some people are being conciliatory. Trouble people in trouble. And basically, we don't. The Ukrainians. It's like some of them are going. okay, this is cool because we're socialists and socialists have got us, now we're in a socialist government, so we should be saying thank you. But other people are saying, well, Ukrainians, we should have done it our own way. Okay. 30-minute praising analysis of the Union of Socialist Labor Republics. The East is where it is strongest. There's suspicion in the West, viewing the USLR as ingenuine or perhaps merely Russian imperialism masquerading as a true union. Well, we got political power, I know that. I'm just clicking things. Just this one and then one more. Then I think we're done. Like, I can do stuff here to invade Afghanistan, and yeah, I can go after Japan, and go after the Qing, I can do all that, but we all know I'd win. Especially with these two at war with each other. And the Chinese are sort of at war with themselves, too. It really wouldn't be worth watching other than for paint. And I'd rather spend that time painting in real life than to do after this. I'm actually going to try something. I'm going to try a color swap version of a painting to see how it comes out. Okay, final one. Final one. And then we'll go to Japan next time. Guys, the end is in sight. As I eat a sandwich. To truly establish the trust of our compatriots and establish a long-term relationship, allowing them to direct economic matters in a dispersed manner will greatly benefit future prospects. Together with our assistance, no village or town will be left to economically linger behind. All right. Yeah, Japan and Fengtian are about to win. Let's get ascending the shit out of all these places. Look at all this. Look at all of this. Welcome to the party, Iran. Oh, wait, no, control politics. What does that mean? Wow. So we can like sort of forcibly take over. Costs 200 at a time. Why not? Let's save it up. We got it. Woo! Had some spicy food. All right. Ooh, let that stay on 5 speed. Get a swig of milk. Woo! Okay. Yeah, yoink, yoink, yoink. Come here. Everything that's red is in the Union. What's the one where it's like cores claims economic spheres? So everything here that's blue, they're in my economic sphere. Me, Mr. 527. 300 military factories, 288 civilian ones. Do I get anything from puppets? Well, yeah, like, so according to this, extra trade to Overlord is 100%. Trade cost is significantly reduced. 25% of their civilian and military industries come to me. So 1 out of every 4 factories in anything that's part of my union, it goes to me. High terrain resistance, resource, military. States. Now I'm looking for factions, players. So you see, it's just me in here considered the player, but all these things that are in red are my puppets. All these, like, kind of red states here, all this is part of it. So it's like a super Soviet Union because it involves Greece and Czechoslovakia and stuff. So we're just yumming all that up. Okay. Yeah, let's save up and take control of the Norwegian Socialist Republic as well as controlling politics elsewhere. I hope everybody's having a good day. I know there's not many people. It's a mid work day, work week stream. But you know, I'm just trying to get this done when I can. At the time now, so I figure I should work on it. Let's do that. I think that's it. I mean, there's nothing else I actually really want to take. Red Spiderweb's not going to give me an event. Fighter Bomber Synergy. I think that's pretty much it. I could foster the labor autocracy, but I kind of don't want to. Makes me more popular, though. Foster United Front of Democratic Parties. We're never going to get this. But it's fine, because we have the Ever-Burning Flame, which is better. Is it, though? Actually, wait. Social Solidarity. Permanently increased stability. Yeah, it just brings in some shit that don't matter. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we are done. And I can finally update. So, you know, everybody be taking your screenshots or whatever to go show what CHG did. But that's it. This is the end game. That's how big our Russian Socialist Federated Republic ended up being. Language of the Russian Revolution. Oh, we're gonna do Esperanto. Internacional esto la tuta o monde. It'll unite the world, essentially. And I don't even know Esperanto, but you know it's close enough to stuff I do know. El mundo. All right. Let's take over Norway. Norway just got in, and then let's get it around. Oh, look, yeah, there's all these areas. I guess let's just keep it going. Yeah, we're creating an EU, but from the east. Crimean question. It's the only major territory in Ukraine that's not mostly ethnically Ukrainian due to Russian plurality. There's been calls for a referendum, so Crimea will be part of it once again. Sevastopol will be Russian again. If owned, could be cored and integrated. Sure, let's do it then. I mean, come on, it's Sevastopol. In el mondo venis nova cento, yeah. Awesome. Sometimes it really felt like I wasn't gonna get here. Can a war really end all war? I don't even know what to take. Just looking around at stuff. Oops. Why am I taking so long to do this? Just take shit. Yeah, we're just gonna see how big we can make this. I can soon get in the Danish. Is it eventually gonna be that I can get everybody? I might stop taking focuses, actually. Justify War Goal goes down. Frontier. So we can get 2 minus 25% on Justify War Goal time. So, man, do really fast manual ones. So it seems that whenever you can physically touch a different one, or like maybe it's coastally near, you could eventually get them in. So I guess in theory you could do a world conquest run where, like, yes, this is Russia, but you've got 25% of the entire rest of the world feeding into you. At least that's how I'm understanding it. Conjure it if you just want to see it. You know what? You're right. What is it? What is it? Add PP 100 or something? I don't remember the console command. Let me look it up. Wait for console commands. Okay, is it gain PP 100? No. What is the issue here? Okay, yeah, it's just PP 100. So PP 1000. Because the only thing that it's taking is time. So boom, boom, boom. We're just doing this to check. Because I think, like, could I in theory eventually just bring Germany in and everyone? I don't know. Because these are like expressly puppets of other powers, but I thought Norway was too. Maybe they got released and I missed it. Another 10% coming on the syndicalism. I think that was finally it. That was enough. I guess let's let the month run out. Destroy world imperialism. Thank you guys in the chat. Why can't I do this nuclear thing? More nukes than one. Okay, that's when I start building more. Alright, we got to December and there's no new event. I'm not waiting around just to see these things get built. I don't think there's going to be an event for that. Okay, so we have finally finished. This is like what my political screen looked like at the end. Yeah. Logistics, am I finally caught up? Nope, I'm still short on fighters because I haven't been assigning the factories. I've been criminally inefficient since the war ended because I don't care. Alright. So the plan is, I think I'm going to stream tonight. I just need to set up a thumbnail. And I want to update Kaiserreich, Hearts of Iron 4, all of this. So this save is going to get broken. And we're going to do a game where we're going to play as Japan. I know Japan, I've played Japan before, but it has, like, at least in my own time, it has been a while. I know that the tree has definitely changed since then. Actually, it's changed twice since then, so I might be really, really behind. So, you know, we'll obviously explore it when we're playing it. Probably going to go, like, Nap Pop, full Japan nationalism for memory. And it's probably also going to be the Moe Order, or we'll do Moe Reich version. I don't know. If it feels like it's going to bust the save, maybe not. Yeah, Showa Restoration. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll have to learn how to do a navy, all sorts of stuff. I think there's going to be a lot of on-the-job learning. And the goals will be essentially, and we'll go over them in that stream, but like, take China and, you know, be able to control the Pacific, which means probably defeating America, which I think is going to mean we're going to need to help the Pacific States. I think Pacific States is going to be the way to go. And that's it. So thank you very much for joining me and for us getting through this Russia one. Wow, almost 100 episodes and I'm still not technically done. But I think we can get this done this month or next. And I'll see you guys tonight.